Welcome, friends, it is I, your LostScarf, and it's time for the patch notes. But what the hell? Look, I like looking at Nuop, but shouldn't Awilix have her own front page right now? It's Christmas and all, but she should at least have like a day or two. Everyone has one, it's pretty cool, but I guess you give the art team a break for the Christmas season so that they don't have to make one, but still, it would be cool to see one, but what are you gonna do? So we're going to go ahead and look at the Odyssey items. They've revealed all of the remaining items, so we can also look at Archon Thanatos, voice pack, stuff like that. It's also Sanitarium, Sagittarius, it's a thing. It's a holiday of some kind that I am being culturally insensitive to. That's happening right now, and it's 50% off on all voice packs, so that's awesome there. And then we'll look at the bus and nurse and then Awilix herself, so let's get going. Alright, as you can see, they've all been revealed now, and we'll look at those soon enough, but let's go ahead and look at Awilix. Oh, she's coming, ah! And there's the leap, and looking pretty cool there. Woo! We got a jungle lady. And, my god, the jiggle physics, that's all I got. She's swayed. Man, my Shiranui level there. Okay, there you go. So, she's just gonna stand there? You were just showing off, aren't you, baby? Now, we got Archon over here. This is a pretty cool skin idea. Walking. And bam! Kind of looks like Tyrael and other things. Looks like Tyrael because he also had the Assassin's Creed look for sure. So it really reminds me a lot of Diablo 3. And then, oh, look at that. That's a pretty cool looking skin. You need the match to not have an early quit though. Then we got Neith. Buccaneath. It's pretty cool to see more pirates. It'd be cool to see them, yeah, like we wanted this for like a year, them to expand on some of the skins so that we can have a skin set. So a pirate set's coming up, that's pretty cool looking. I think we only need like 1 or 2 more pirates, I think. And that's all of those, so let's go ahead and look at the Odyssey remaining here. So, it is the Sphinx. So that's a ward, okay. It's a ward, alright, okay. And then it's a, well, let's go over here then. Buccaneath, we'll see that in a second. Temple of Kukulkan. Hello, Temple of Kukulkan. Alright. And the Mesoamerican Ball Game. That's an icon. Okay. Well, really? You get... Oh, for 50, you're going to get a 200 gem chest. That's going to be cool. And we'll look at Nerd Rage and Buccaneath in a moment. So let's go ahead and start looking at those. So here we are looking at Awilix here, and bam! So, okay, so that's her stance right there. So, okay, and then there's her Suku. That's cool. That's a cool looking thing. Very nice looking. A good looking skin, like she's a jungle chick, so you don't expect too much armor on her. And looking pretty good there. Let's take out the other one. Blood Moon. That's a nice recolor. It's pretty good there. Not a lot to recolor, but it looks pretty nice there. I'll stop already. But there we go. And of course, because it's something in this, it is a half off on alternate skins, I think it is, and also half off on voice packs. I'm going to buy a bunch of voice packs. You'll notice my gem count. Thank you to Sober Sniper and Onyx Gun for all their donations. Thanks to them, we're going to be able to afford the Odyssey and a lot of things so that we can use more voice packs and more just skins so that we have just not just the regular skins when we do our videos. So thank you to them for their donations and anyone else who donated in the past that I can't think of. My apologies for not remembering. Now we've looked at her. Oh, voice pack. Let's hear that.
Gank right lane!
Really?
Chase the enemy!
Really?
Enemies have returned right! Go, Suki! On my way! Enemy missing left! Gank left lane! Retreat left lane! I'll defend! It's time to shine!
I know you're using, I think that's neat, I know you're using like the same, like, a dozen voice actors, but these filters?
Amazing! Enemy spotted! Gank right lane!
You're overdoing it.
I'll attack! Enemy missing!
Overdoing it. It's like you got like secret sauce and you're putting secret sauce on everything.
Chase the enemy! Enemies have returned!
Ah.
Right, I'll defend middle lane!
She sounds cool, but the
Nice
filter
work, everybody.
actually makes it worse for me.
Attack the Gold Fury!
I'm getting tired of the filter. Now they argue uninspired stuff happening in Hi-Rez because they keep doing the same thing again and again. This is one of them.
Help middle lane!
Goddamn filters every time. Alright, let's go ahead and look at another person. Buccaneath. Yar, she's a pirate, and boobalicious as always. Now let's see here. Oh, with the pirate you kind of expected it. There's like misfortunes like that too. So let's go ahead and... Bop.
I'm returning right lane!
Nothing?
Bon voyage!
There it is!
I'm returning right lane! Chase the enemy! I'm returning middle lane!
If you don't say anything about someone else's booty...
Enemies in middle lane! Help middle lane! Thanks! Ultimate is down! Defend middle lane! Curse ye!
Curse ye! So all we need is what? A pirate mage and a pirate... let's see, we got a pirate warrior, so a pirate assassin, I guess. That's all we need. Just make Baka a freaking monkey. Make him a pirate monkey. Done. There you go. Go ahead and take a look at Nerd Rage Cabrakan. Oh, there it is. If you do not mention a D20, I will be disappointed. Here we go.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I'll attack left lane.
What the hell?
Be careful, middle. Bye.
Bay.
Enemies incoming left. Help left lane.
Wow, I'm expecting at least a comic book guy reference.
I'm the best. Attack fire giant. Enemies in right lane. I'll gank.
Well, there's no way to get it. I wish we could choose the lines they say just so we could actually soundboard it a little bit. But alright, let's see here. Archon Thanatos, here it is. Will never be available through special promotions or event again. Only through Odyssey. And there it is.
Enemies incoming left.
Friday.
That's another filter.
I'll gank left lane. Gank. Enemies have returned.
It's almost there though.
Set up an ambush here. Yes.
I think it's almost right. It really feels like they're trying to be ethereal.
I'm returning to base. Bye.
Like they're trying to give you that ethereal kind of voice going on there.
Falling back.
And it's almost there.
Behind us.
But it's not perfect.
Help left lane.
It's almost there.
Thanks. I'll defend middle lane. Defend left lane.
That is almost how you use that filter correctly. Like it's really
Chase
close.
the enemy.
Like I just feel like it could be a little more booming and then you got it. Like it's almost there. It's so close to it.
I'll gank left lane.
Obviously these are all my opinions, of course. But damn. It's just almost right on. It's gonna annoy me. It's like when you got OCD when something's just a little off. Just by like a centimeter it's off, but it just bugs the shit out of you. That's what this voice pack is gonna do to me.
Help left lane.
And we're gonna buy like probably every voice pack. Let's see, what is that? 61 gods, so that'd be about 100 each, so that's... Well, we're not gonna buy every voice pack then, forget that. Well, we'll buy a lot of voice packs. There's certain voice packs I don't need to have, but 100 each is pretty good and we're gonna be able to afford all the Odyssey. So for a separate video, we're just going to buy all the Odyssey stuff so we can see what treasure chests we get, and that should be a fun little video there. But now it's time to take a look at... There's nothing else to look at, so I guess it's time for the buffs and nerfs. Guess what I just found? Cursed Apollo, yeah, that's right. Another skin for Apollo, and Alright, so we get a skin here, if I'm going to assume something with Curse. You can't get it yet. How you're going to get it is going to come out later on. But right now you can just look at it and be unimpressed. Unimpressed. Yay. I am salty today. Alklong, okay, let's see here. So he got nerfed. No, he did not. No, he didn't. Okay, here's what happened. They reduced the skin, not the skin, the contribution on his melee attack by 2%. They did reduce the damage on the range attack from 60 to 35 at the max there. That's a good chunk of change. But how are you beating people's asses with Alklong? With the melee dragons, not with the ranged dragons. You are beating ass all day with the melee dragons. They did not do shit to the melee dragons, so they didn't actually effectively do anything to you. They've really only robbed you of like 100 or so damage. If you really want to do the math on that, let's see, it's 6 dragons, take away 25 each. So they took away 150 damage. Okay, that's a pretty nice little chunk. But just hitting with the melee dragons really negates that by a lot. Like one dragon pretty much negates that. So you want to melee people like you always do with Alklong and not use ranged unless you want to use it for slow after you've used 5 dragons. That's about it. So this was not a real nerf at all. We're going to save Nox for last because there's a lot to go over there. But for Serket, all they did was lower her Cobra's Kiss from 2 seconds to 1.4 seconds on that scaling. And that's because with that 2 seconds, she could get like 2 or 3 free hits on you and just destroy you. A good Serket just killed you in that 2 seconds. With this 1.4 seconds, she'll be really close to killing you, but you'll have enough time to maybe escape or strike back before she can take you out and maybe even kill her instead. So it's not a bad balancing right there. Serket can just destroy people fast. This allows you to maybe survive or get her back. A nerf to Vamana. Now he only gets up to 100 physical power in his ultimate instead of 140. And that's not bad. Vamana is this powerhouse that is really hard to deal with in the solo lane. There's certain gods in the solo lane that you're just not going to have a good day against them. Loki's one of them because he can stalemate forever. Vamana's another because he can just hold the lane and just beat you to death without using any abilities if you play him right. And when you do use their abilities, especially his ultimate, you kind of just wreck all the faces with them, even if they have the freaking weakening curse. But with this nerf to his power a little bit, he won't be as effective. He'll still be pretty dang effective, especially as a tank, but he'll just be less effective. Is this enough for him? I don't know. He's still just a really strong god, but we'll see in the future. Now, Vulcan has an interesting nerf to his Magma Bomb. He has less range on it by 5 range. Now it's only 60 instead of 65. There's a new, warning indicator for where he throws his bomb, apparently. And the last thing about it is it doesn't stun as it knocks up anymore. It only knocks up, but no more stun with it. That way he has some control when you get knocked up. Now, I don't know. Vulcan is annoying as balls. Magma Bomb was very annoying. So I guess this nerf will help out with that. Is this too much? Too little? I really can't tell because I don't play enough Vulcan, but we'll see as we fight Vulcans, because Vulcan is very common to fight, so we'll see about that. Now it's time for Nox. So let's go over all of her kit. Flame of the Night, a new passive here, better than the old one, for damn sure. What happens here is now she gets 4 damage mitigation, 4%, every time she casts an ability up to 16%, because that's 4 candles there, and every time she gets hit by anything, she loses 1 tick of that, so she goes from 16 down to 12, to 8, to 4%, then to 0. So cast a bunch of abilities at the start to get your mitigation up and then get going from there. And it'll just help you stay in the lane longer, and even if you get harassed, it won't be as bad. Then Shadowberry went, holy crap, they really went up with this. So now she is immune to knockups, roots, and slows. Not only that, but for the entire 2 seconds of this thing, for 80% mitigation, basic attacks will be just hitting her, but will just be doing 80% mitigated damage, of course. But the next hostile ability, I think, takes away the shield. But still, that's a lot of things she can handle in 2 seconds, so that's pretty crazy there. Can make her very hard to kill, so that's pretty nice for her. Nightfall Raven, now the silence goes up to 2 seconds. They had less damage on it because it's a little more effective utility-wise, so that's not bad. That's going to be a solid ability right there. 2 second silence is going to allow her to do a lot. Then Siphon Darkness. Now, they made it that it's only 50 cost across the board, so it's really cheap, not a bad source of damage. It got nerfed a bit, but it's going to be still a very good source of damage, especially if we combo it with her Nightfall Raven. And that's not bad at all. So she has a really effective harass right there, kind of like how Hebo's gotten harassed, but hers will be bigger, but it doesn't do a knockup, so that'll be pretty good for her. Will make her very annoying to lane against. Then there is Night Terror, and this thing goes up to 3 enemy gods if you can hit them all. And look at what it does. When they're under Night Terror, they take damage every time they use an ability, which reduces her cooldowns, of course, like the old ultimate. But also, after 5 seconds, Night Terror ends, and when it ends, all gods that were affected are stunned and take additional damage. That is a lot of things going on there, so you can use this to set up a team fight pretty well. Even if they jump away, they're going to get stunned for a second, and your teammates can catch up to them, maybe. This is just a really good way to make her effective, because she still has to be kind of close to make the ult even happen. So you have her passive and her Shadow Barrier to allow her to get in there to make it happen without getting killed, hopefully. And then you're able to just walk away and let your teammates do the rest, or whatever, because the range is unlimited now on her ultimate. So, Nox is a lot better, at least as a killing god. As an anti-mage, or anti-ability, I think they just said forget it with that idea. Now it's just, she's just got this effective kind of CC going on, where if you use abilities, it makes her better, and makes you take damage, and then she's got a longer silence. So, squandered idea on the anti-ability god, but she's still at least a lot more viable than she was before. That's not bad there. Now it's time to look at Awilix. Alright, so my bad on not showing the portraits earlier. Here they are. So there's alternate Awilix. Here is Archon, Thanatos, Nerd Rage, and Buccaneath. And now when we go in here, we will see the regular Awilix portrait in a moment. So it's Awilix. That's cool. Awimawet. And go in here. Now, I think I might have judged a little too harshly on Curse Apollo, but I don't know. It's just a little boring for me. That might be fine. Casual wear skins. But luckily, other people were liking it. Like, I asked around, like, yeah, they like it. I'm like, oh, that's good. I didn't care for it, but I'm glad you like it.
No! We don't have time for a nap!
What? Wow. That was kind of goofy. There we go. But okay, so, let's go over abilities. First up is her passive. Initiative. Now, if you're the first one to attack out of combat, you increase your physical power by 30% for 2.5 seconds. That means when you're running into a fight, you want to be the first one to hit anybody. If anyone hits you first, then you don't get this nice little bonus. And that bonus is going to be big because of all your abilities, of course, will be stronger with it. Now, our next ability is Summon Suku. And you hit 1. And now you're riding Suku. There you go. Riding a Suku. It uses mana to at least cast it. And you're just running around. You get a 25% movement speed increase. I'm surprised that does not scale. I can't believe it's flat 25. So you're going to get this as one of your first abilities and not level it for a while, because you're not going to use that leap, because the leap will make you not be able to do this. But you can cancel by right-clicking at any time and then get back on it. Now here's the weird thing. You have 50% strafing penalty. Like, that's a thing. And that'll be, I guess, for aiming if you have them on the edges. But for the most part, you're going to be using this thing for running. And when you get to your spot, you're going to be at your position, and you're going to jump for the most part. But here's the thing about just thinking about movement penalty if you were just running around. You're just going to do this. You can turn on a dime with Suku. It corners a lot better than Guan Yu's horse. So when it comes to just moving the places, you're going to get there very easily. You don't have to worry about the strafing part. Only when you need to aim if you don't have a perfect shot. But because you can rotate with mouse, it's going to be really hard to not have a perfect shot. So the strafing thing, I feel, is just for taste, just for flavor, but it's actually nothing really important at all. Because you have ways to get around that pretty easily. That's for dang sure. And then leap! There we go. Pretty good sized leap there. Now let's go ahead and do her next one. Her next one is a basic attack kind of thing going on now. Her attack progression is 1, 2, and 3. Like so, like that. Now, with her 2, she will jump behind the enemy she's attacking, and she does a bunch of things to them. So she roots, cripples, and deals damage as she passes over the target she's hitting for 1.5 seconds. That's happening. And if she does it on her third basic attack, it's also an AoE. So showing it right here. 1, 2, see that? 2! There you go. It's an instant cast, by the way. You don't have to hit anything, you just instant cast that. And she does this big freaking thing. Now, the reason why you have to do this is because of her third ability, which is a well, it's a skill shot with Suku that if you hit them from behind, it knocks them back. Obviously, against a god, it'll be easier to do than a freaking minion who instantly turns on a dime. So there's that. Now we're going to probably use it on Ron. Then her ultimate is Gravity Surge. Now, this is very interesting. If an enemy is in the air by leaping or knock-up, which you can do with her 3 if you hit them from behind, she pulls them back down to the ground, dealing damage, and she also gains an attack speed and physical power bonus, up to 70% attack speed. That is pretty sweet. And that will last for 5 seconds, so you're escaping from her, she knocks you down, you can't escape anymore, and then she just beats you to holy death. Same thing in a team fight, though. That'd be pretty useful. Like, hit someone with that in a team fight and then just beat them to death. That'd be pretty good. Now, I'm going to try to do it around the problem is he's next to a wall, so I need him to come out a little bit. So let's see how this goes. Coming out, he's coming out. Ah! Alright, jump on him. Now hit him with... don't go back there! Ah, crap, he's going back there. So hit him from here, We might be able to see it, so jump behind, do this, and... Damn, he just gets slammed down and he's done. And then I, of course, had that bonus for 5 seconds. And the other note thing is the cripple and root lasts for 0.6 seconds. During the 1.5 seconds, you're doing those things. Okay. So, there you go. That's all of her abilities. So, she's all about, really, she's, of course, an assassin and a jungler, so she can gank really fast from one lane to another because of Suku. Like, do some things and run over to another area really fast and then cause some trouble. That's what she's all about. And, of course, when you get to them, you're going to want to hit them first. Now, you could maybe waste your leap to do it first. Now, the reason why it's okay to do that is because of her ultimate. But that's only against leap gods. Now, if you're fighting a leap god, then you might want to be okay to use your leap to jump in there and then start beating the crap out of them because now you've activated your passive. And you're just hitting them, you get behind them, you hit them with Suku maybe. But if they have a leap, of course, you're not using that to do your ultimate. You're just waiting for them to do their jump. And when they jump, do your ultimate, and then you bring them back down, and then you kill them horribly. That's really what you want to do. Now, against an enemy who doesn't have a leap, maybe a dash, well, then you're going to, of course, want to use Suku to bring them down, hurt them a lot, and not use your leap yet. You want to save it for when they're escaping. It's going to be interesting to see how that goes. Also, you're going to be using her Feather Step for clearing camps for sure, because you're going to hit them with that third ability, well, with that third attack for Feather Step. I don't know, see, Suku does alright damage. This is going to be your most likely way of clearing camps. I don't know if this is going to be enough to clear camps, though. Gonna have to test her out in the jungle and see how best to do it, but I don't know, maybe her numbers are a little low for it. We'll see. I could be wrong. Maybe her numbers are just fine. Oh, look at relief. She does a half spin. The thing I don't like about jumps is because jumps aren't long enough, you get a cool looking thing, but you don't get the full cool look. They just speed up the end of it and it just looks a little uneven, which is unfortunate. You're a talent.
Don't worry, I'm full of energy.
She booty shakes.
In some parts of Mesoamerica, I'm also worshipped as a patron of the ball game. I'm pretty good at it too.
So that's why we get that icon?
I know it's been tough for you, but you should always try to smile. It could be worse, Suku. Imagine if you had to haul Bracken around. Hey, what are moon.
What?
I love the feeling of sand between my toes. Why would anyone wear shoes?
It
could be worse, Suku. Imagine if you had
Okay.
Hulk Bracken around.
And
Hey,
taunts.
what do you mean full moon? Don't worry, I'm full of energy.
Really, she booty shakes?
I know it's been tough for you, but you should always try to smile.
We literally got a jungle booty going on
The
here.
moonlight reveals you for what you truly are.
Jungle
I
booty.
know it's been tough for you, but you should always try to smile.
You gotta be kidding me. Ah, whatever. Jungle butt does a jungle booty
Don't
shake.
worry, I'm full of energy.
Well, she is a jungle lady. Why not, I guess. I don't know. I cannot get on the soapbox every freaking time there's a female goddess, but holy shit. That right there is the patch. I had fun with watching, and hopefully you learned some things. There's one thing I need to know. I'm not sure. If anyone's done it yet, tell it in the comments. When an enemy has bubble, and you do your ultimate and they leap, what happens? Do you pull them down or do they get away? That's my question. I'm not sure. Like, does it ignore bubble or not? That's the question I have. I would assume it ignores bubble. I mean, I would assume bubble gets bursted and they get away. I would assume that's what happens. If it gets ignored, holy crap. But I'm not sure. So if anyone finds out, tell me in the comments, or I'll put it in the comments myself later on when I find out. But there you go. That is the patch notes right there. Hope you had fun. I had fun with watching. That's what's up, hasn't? Having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time. Leap!